Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Davis, and welcome back to my channel, the place where I answer all of your burning medical questions over a cup of coffee. Remember, none of this information is to be used in the diagnosis or treatment of any medical illness, and I'm not affiliated with any hospital, university, or institution. With that, let's get right into the first question for this week. So the first question is, what type of coffee do I drink? Like this one, it's pretty interesting. In my cup is real coffee. Just FYI, everything on my channel I'm gonna do is real and it won't be a facade because sometimes the internet can be a little tricky. But going into that, I drink any coffee that is just plain black, nothing in it. I'm not picky at all, but currently this is the one I've been drinking. Just one of those goes in the Keurig. So this, not sponsored. So this is what I've been drinking lately. My mom is one who started me on this particular coffee. And I really like it. It's really smooth and really strong, and that's something else I like. Other than that, I will even reheat my coffee multiple times. A lot of people think that's pretty gross, but I just really enjoy coffee to that point where I'll just drink whatever. Moving on to question number 2. Do I believe stress impacts our health in a significant way? And if so, name 3 to 5 kind of coping mechanisms to reduce stress. Absolutely, yes, I do believe stress impacts our health in a significant way. I actually drew a little bit of a diagram like I would do in clinic. It's very simple, but it's just something to kind of visualize what I'm talking about. So let's go through that together. So the first thing you see at the top is stress. That could be anything. That could be a mental stressor, physical stressor, whatever is something specific to you that is causing a lot of uprising or strain in your life. So you have stress, then you go down and you have chemical hormone releases, cortisol and adrenaline to name a few, that occurs in the body causing bodily changes. That could be things like heart rate, blood pressure. Then you go down and you get physical and mental changes. The mental changes could be anxiety, PTSD, depression. With the physical changes, you could have heart issues, you could have stomach issues, and those are just to name a few. The mental changes we've known about from stress for quite a while, but it's, right now we're doing a lot more studies to kind of show that with stress you can have physical outcomes like I just discussed. But what things can we do to change our stress? So, once you have the outcomes of stress, that's not what I'm going to be talking about. I'm going to be talking about the stress and how to reduce that. And I have 4 ways. Number 1 is to reflect and ask yourself, what is this stress? Why am I experiencing it? How did this stress come in my life? Is this stress something I can change? Just acknowledging the fact that you have an extreme stressor and kind of what it's doing to your life can have a huge impact on how you deal with it and how you move forward. And a lot of us just kind of push things into the back of our mind. This is why I challenge you to do this. Number 2 is if the stressor is in no way modifiable and is causing a significant amount of duress in you, I think it's very important to contact your doctor and kind of team up to come up with a plan to deal with the stress, regardless of what that means. Just talk to your doctor if there's something that you just really can't cope with on your own. Number 3 is exercise. Exercise is actually, I think, a lot more important than many people really do realize. And unfortunately, here in America, a lot of our jobs are spent sitting. Just sitting on a computer or whatever it may be. But just getting in as much exercise as you can in a day, even if that's 20 minutes, just moving your blood. We know that causes significant changes in your mood for the better, and we know that physical changes occur for the better. So those things are important. And then 4 is finding a type of relaxation. That also sounds fairly simple, but not a lot of us take the time out of our day to do that. That could look like yoga, meditation, even taking a bath at night. Just something that you find very relaxing where you can clear your mind and kind of escape from the day. Those are the 4 things that I find really important, and I think that answers that question. So let's move on to the next. Question number 3. What is bipolar disorder? So this is a term I hear get misused and thrown around a lot. so-and-so's bipolar, the weather's bipolar, XYZ, whatever. And so I thought, you know, in honor of Mental Health Awareness Month, May, that this would be a really good thing to talk about. So I have another diagram, very simple, even simpler than the last one I'll put up here, just showing what bipolar is. It's two disease states. You have a healthy person who can be in one disease state, which is depression, or the second, which is mania. So there's up and down arrows. Down being depressed. I'm sure you've heard of depression in the classic sense, which would be major depression. And this is a different type. This is bipolar depression, but there's a lot of similar things amongst the two. So that'll be the down stage where the mood is very, very low, very disengaged person, maybe sleeps a lot, appetite changes, kind of just has issues functioning secondary to this. And then the next one is mania, which is the one that a lot of people are not familiar with, I would say. Depression is a little bit more fluid in the culture we have here, but I think mania is kind of, I wouldn't say that it's super rare, but I would say that a lot of people haven't had an experience with this unless they have a family member or someone they know who's gone through it. So mania is, like the up arrow says, it's a very elevated mood state. Very elevated. So think about just a regular mood. Think about somebody being in a very good mood. Well, their good mood is about 10 times higher than just one of our good moods. So what does that look like? What does it look like when a person is in this really high mood? Well, just this regular person who's going about their day-to-day life will end up doing strange things that are out of character for them, things that they wouldn't ordinarily do, having beliefs that they wouldn't ordinarily have, maybe talking very, very fast, maybe moving very, very fast, maybe, again, appetite changes, maybe eating less, maybe eating a lot more. You know, maybe a person who eats eggs every morning for breakfast strictly, every single morning, all of a sudden goes out and starts having a 30-pack of donuts every single day. It's a strange example, but I mean, these are the changes we're talking about. Things like that. A lot of weight loss or weight gain. Basically, you'll see huge changes in a person that you wouldn't ordinarily see if they were healthy, if they were not in this diseased state of mania. Now, I say these things and I realize that it is still very difficult to kind of picture what mania looks like. So I'm gonna put a link in the description box. There's a fairly old video of a manic patient being interviewed by a therapist or psychiatrist, one or the other, and it's just interesting. He has kind of rapid speech, kind of, another term I would say is flight of ideas. His ideas are just going left and right. It's, you know, I want a candy bar, or I want a candy bar too. Hey, I want to rule the world, you know. And another feature to mention is being grandiose. A lot of the times people who are in this manic phase will believe that they are going to run for president the next day, or they are going to become a famous singer tomorrow, or, you know, any in between. And like I said, it's a difficult thing to picture, so go ahead and try to check out that link, and you might be interested in what you see. It may not be what you were picturing. Bipolar is not moodiness, anger problems, a change in mood swings. It's a very complex illness that, you know, has to be diagnosed by a very trained healthcare professional. So that concludes the video for today. I really enjoyed those questions. Please keep them all coming. I enjoy answering everything you guys have to ask. And if you liked it, please subscribe, like, and click the notification bell so you'll know every time I post a new video. Thanks, guys. See you next time.